Hello and welcome to episode 36 of the All Things Leeds podcast with myself, Ed McIntyre, and sat opposite me in the studio is, as always, my co-host, Charles Foster. How are you, Charles?
I'm doing good, mate.
Yeah?
Terrible weather today, but you put up with it, don't you?
It's been dreadful. It has been dreadful. Non-stop raining.
I've come here through the waves to record once again.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming along, as always.
You been alright then?
Yeah, I've been alright, been good, thank you. Nice started uni again this week.
I don't start till Thursday.
Lucky you. But yeah, I've been good, you've been good, which is all good. And hopefully everyone who is listening as well, hopefully you've all been good too. It's just me and Charles again this week, but there is still plenty to discuss in this episode. We will, of course, look back on Leeds United's last game where we bottled a win as we drew 1-1 with Derby County at Elland Road. That game was, of course, last Saturday. We'll also discuss the Leeds United under-23s and their last game. They unfortunately lost 2-1 to Hull City away at the KCOM Stadium last Friday. We've also got plenty of news to discuss, including Leeds United winning a trophy. Marcelo, Bielsa and Leeds United won the Fair Play Award at the FIFA Best Football Awards 2019, which took place last Monday night. How we won this, I have no idea. It's a nice surprise though, and we will talk about that later on. And then we'll finish off by looking ahead to Leeds United's next game. That sees them take on League Boys Charlton Athletic away at the Valley this Saturday. This is the All Things Leeds podcast. So let's start then by going over Saturday's game. Leeds United joined 1-1 with Derby County at Elland Road. And Charles, it feels like a loss, doesn't it? We were by far the better team in this game. We controlled the game, but we just bottled the win, gifted Derby a point.
Yeah, we were spectacular in the first half. We just weren't ruthless enough with our dominance. Which is pretty much a constant theme with Leeds United in the last couple of years.
They seem to be saying that way too much.
We absolutely destroyed them. We probably should have been 3 or 4-0 up at least by the half time. By the time the half time whistle went, we were just destroying them. We robbed the possession from them constantly and easily in their own final third, our final third. Our final, their final, whichever way around it is. Yeah, where their keeper is, the final third. They very rarely got the ball at all. They were very rarely over the halfway line. Yeah. Their strategy was to basically punt it to Wagon, who would then moan about being fouled despite not being fouled. He was moaning constantly throughout the game and was never once fouled. Whenever someone competed with him in the air, he complained about it.
Yeah, he did. Derby County, they were really poor in this game. They're probably the worst side we have played all season so far.
I would say Stoke were worse.
Yeah.
I would argue.
In the league?
In the league, yeah. They were worse. They were just terrible.
But Derby County were poor.
They were very
definitely the worst team to come to Elland Road this season.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They were just dreadful. They didn't really get any rhythm going. They couldn't get the ball. When they did get the ball, they couldn't seem to get any kind of consistent possession, consistent passing moves going.
Yeah,
we were Dallas was destroying them down the wings on the one side. Alioski we were a lot more dangerous down Dallas's side, but Alioski wasn't facing any trouble down his side.
Yeah,
Phillips was breaking up the play easily enough. It was like a training game. I think we had at half time we had 78% possession. They had no shots on target or off target. They had they just had, I think they'd only made about 80 or 90 passes by the half time whistle. I'm not sure how many they made, not many at all. they were just being destroyed, and we'd made like 200 and something passes by half time. Something silly. We were just destroying them, but we just, whenever we got into them positions, it was just players laying it off for each other, and then Dad would get back and they'd clear the ball, and then we'd have to go again.
Yeah, it was very frustrating. I mean, we really were in complete control of this game. Fantastic first half, as you say. We could have and should have scored a lot of goals. Patrick Bamford had a lot of good opportunities. The one that comes to mind is his one-on-one with the keeper, where he decided to try and chip the keeper, even though the keeper's always jumping up.
To be fair to him, I think if he'd have shot it, the keeper would have saved it. The keeper was too close to him.
I just think he needs to smash it and keep it on the floor, and not sky it over the bar. And he missed a number of chances with Patrick Bamford. And
he did.
You know, Bamford, he had a really good game. I felt he held the ball up well. He got well stuck in. I thought he was brilliant, pressing as well. He was very good. it's just when he gets into those positions, he just doesn't score. And for me, he's just not as prolific a striker as he should be. Really, he's not a goal scorer.
No, he just doesn't seem to have that kind of merciless instinct about him that NkGhTg has got when he's in the 6-yard box. That one where he hits the post is the main one, because he's about 2 yards out. All he's got to do is put that on target and it's in. It's a goal.
It just doesn't have a cutting edge, does he?
No, and he hits the post. And how many times last season, remember last season Birmingham away when he was about a yard out, hits the post, and then we go on to lose that game 1-0. It's just, we're constantly getting screwed over by fine margins. Just the finest of margins.
Absolutely.
It's very frustrating. The home campaign at the moment, it has been very frustrating.
Yeah, it really has.
With that solitary win against Brentford, that's all we've had so far. Lost against Swansea, drew against Forest, drew against Derby. We should have beaten Forest. We should have beaten Derby.
Should have beaten Swansea.
Should really beaten Swansea. Although I think you couldn't have said a point would have been an unfair result for the Swansea game, because they're defensively pretty good. 0-0 probably wouldn't have been a fair result in that game. Despite the dominance. But we really shouldn't have lost any games, and we should have picked up a lot more points than we have done. We should have picked up 4 more from the Forest and Derby games. We should have picked up pardon me. We probably should have picked another 1 from that Swansea game at least. So that's under 5 points. And when you think where the league is now, we could be 5 points clear. We could be in the similar position that Liverpool are in the Premier League, where they're 5 or 6 points clear and not really bothered about what anyone else is doing. And now there's 1 point separating like first and sixth, and it's tight, and there's pressure on, and it's frustrating because it's needless. It didn't need to be like this.
Yeah, it's massively frustrating.
Yeah. Having said that, away games, we've won our last 6. So if we win every away game this season and draw every home game, as annoying as that would be, we're still going to win the league.
Yeah, and it's a big ask as well, though.
Yeah.
Going back to the Derby game, though, of course, the 1 goal that we scored in this game came on 20 minutes. Ironically, out of the many goals that we should have scored, the goal that we do score is an own goal. Marcelo putting the ball into the back of his own net after the keeper saved Dallas' shot straight into Lowe's feet, which is unfortunate for them, but.
Well, that was only the case because whenever we attacked and got anywhere near their box, they put like 4 players on the line. So it was going to happen at some point that someone was going to score an own goal.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been a regular goal if he'd been defending properly and running out towards Dallas. But sorry, my apologies. That should be on there silent. He'll have a go at me about that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it was a great effort from Dallas. Dallas had another one that was tipped over the bar in the first half. That was a really good effort, and he had another good performance from Stuart Dallas. And it's looking harder and harder for Luke Ayling to break back into the starting lineup.
It really is. We'll get on to Luke Ayling later on, but 1-0 at half time. It could have been 5 or 6-0 at half time to Leeds United.
5 or 6. 3 or 4, I think it would. If it were 3-0, it would not have been unfair on Derby at all.
But it was a fantastic first half from Leeds United, in complete control. But the second half comes out, and Charles, explain this second half to me, because I didn't quite know what this was.
It just seemed like, for me, we came out and for the first 10 or 15 minutes, maybe the first kind of 10 minutes ish, we were as good as we were in the first half, and then at the absolute latest, from about 60 minutes onwards, we stepped off them. We were winding the game. You can't wind the game down at 60 minutes into a game. We were winding the game down. We were sitting deeper and deeper and deeper. We weren't closing people down in midfield. We weren't winning the second balls that we were winning in the first half. And it's all cliches, but those are the things you need to do to remain in a game, up the pitch and out of danger. And we weren't doing them.
Yeah, we weren't.
And we weren't creating as many chances. I thought Pablo faded quite badly in the second half.
Yeah, I thought Pablo had quite a ball game. Did Pablo Hernandez had quite a poor game? Did go off the second half, but for me, it wasn't too good.
The changes that we made to try and address the issues as the game went on the second half. Bielsa said he tried to strengthen the left-hand side because he felt we were getting a bit overrun down the left, so he brought Douglas on and moved Alioski up.
I thought Douglas were poor.
We seemed weaker when we brought Douglas on.
Douglas for me is just too slow when he comes on. He doesn't really affect the game as much. Yeah, he's great at set pieces, but just down that left hand side, I don't rate him at all. Really.
No, we've not really had the player we we were supposed to have signed from Wolves.
No.
The amazing Championship player from 2 seasons ago. He doesn't seem to have materialised at Leeds, which is
of course has been
annoying.
Riddled with injuries.
He has. He's had a lot of injuries, but he's back fit now. He's been back fit for a couple of weeks. I know he hasn't had much game time, but you expect better from him. And I thought maybe the solution is moving Dallas over to left. I know you always moan about having right-footed players at left back, but Dallas on the left and then Elland back on the right, and that could address the kind of balance issues that we've been facing.
Yeah, I guess that's an option there. Yeah. But the substitutes that we did make, it just didn't really affect much of the game at all. Really, you touched on it earlier, though. The real good chance of the second half came at the feet of Patrick Bamford, where he hit the ball onto the post. But after that, the game just got really boring for me. We just sat back.
But we had the perfect opportunity to win it. Bamford kind of mugged Keogh off into and won a penalty off him, which is ridiculously easy to do because Keogh is a terrible footballer.
Yeah.
And he ran straight into the box and he just got legged up by Keogh. Right, straight penalty. No arguments to the Derby players. Keeper dives the wrong way. Matthias Klick fires it wide of the post.
Yeah.
Not only can I not believe it, no one in the pub I'm sat in can believe it.
No.
From a look at the TV, no one in the ground can believe it.
No one in the ground could believe it at all.
The Derby players were amazed that we didn't score the penalty.
Yeah, because Matthias Klick the week before, obviously against Barnsley, scored the most perfect penalty you'll ever see.
He went for an identical penalty as well. He went for the same pen.
I mean, it was a good penalty. It just wasn't on target.
It's not a good penalty if it's not on target, mate. Because you're coming out with Michael Owen phrases now. That has to be on target to be a good pen.
Was Klick just way too overconfident here?
I think it was. I won't say overconfident. I would say it was just casual.
Yeah.
I think if he'd have run up, wait for the keeper to dive, stop dead, and passed it down the middle of the goal, we'd be going, what an absolute genius. 2-0, we've won this game. 2 points clear at the top of the league. 2 fingers up to Fat Frank and the rest of the Derby supporters, and Koku the clown, and we all go home. And then we ruined it.
Yeah,
we just faded. We missed the perfect chance, and then we just faded.
Yeah. Do you change the penalty taker now?
I mean, you can't just keep changing the penalty take. What we need to do is...
Klick's very good at penalties. That's the first one he's missed in about 20 penalties.
I think NkGhTg probably should be on penalties, but he doesn't start games. That's the problem. What we need to do is pick someone who starts every week and have them practice pens 50 times in training every week.
But Klick is a very good penalty taker. He's missed one in
21.
He scored the rest.
And he was. I could see him at the end of the game. He was livid with himself.
Yeah. I think we do keep Klick on there. It's just if he does keep on missing, and then you try and change it. But if we get another penalty in the next few games, give Klick it, and if he scores it, brilliant and fantastic, and you keep him on penalties. I don't think there's a massive penalty crisis. We do seem to miss a lot of penalties, but for me, I'd keep Klick on there. But we did miss the penalty, just too confident, and he rolled the ball wide of the left post. And the penalty, it was a massive turning point in the game in terms of momentum. Derby kind of got a bit of confidence from that, as I think any team would if their opponents miss a penalty.
Because they obviously get the mentality, all right, we've had a massive let-off there, we're only 1-0 down, we can get back into this. Whereas Leeds are shell-shocked thinking we should be 2-0 up, this game should be over. And now we've got a battle for the last 25 minutes, and they'll be pushing for an equaliser. Yeah.
And then we just, after this, we just sat back, let Derby keep the ball. And for me, I was looking at it, I mean, it became quite boring because Derby were just passing the ball around, doing nothing with it. And I was just thinking, are the Leeds players just thinking we've already won this game? Yes, it's only 1-0, but we've been dominant, we're going to win this game. And Derby, we'll just let you keep the ball because you've been poor this entire game and you're going to do nothing with it. Is it a mentality thing, really, do you think?
It was, I think we just looked a bit tired, we looked a bit jaded, we looked like we just were waiting for it to end.
Yeah, I mean, Derby's manager, Philip Cocu, said in his press conference after the game, Leeds United, the way that they play is very good, but they're going to get tired eventually. They can't carry that on for 90 minutes.
I'm sure he was passing off at his tactical masterclass of it being shite
for
70 minutes.
But I do think he had a good point there. We do play fantastic, but we can't keep that kind of intensity in our performance for the whole 90 minutes, and tiredness is going to play a factor.
I don't agree with that because I think we have done before. I think this was just a very poor second half of the game. Probably one of the poorest halves of football, the second half.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the first half was one of the best halves of football we've played. The second half was one of the worst.
Yeah, it was so weird. It was like a completely different game, wasn't it?
It's just, like I was saying earlier, it's just these horrible kind of sliding doors moments, these fine margins, which have let us down. We'll just have to make up for it at the weekend.
Yeah. We're just back in this game for the last 20 minutes or so. Derby came matters. We brought on Costa and NkGhTg, but pretty much for no reason because we just didn't go forward at all. But yeah, the missed penalty, missed chances, they did end up costing us. Chris Martin, the 40-year-old or whatever it is, Chris Martin, who's been around for years and years. He equalised for Derby in added time. The only real chance of the game, they put it away. So poor goal to concede for Leeds United as well.
Yeah, it was just... They just burst down our left and there was nobody near them. And then we only had like 2 defenders in our box, and the through ball... found their player at the back post, he laid it off, and then obviously Chris Martin scores. I can't really blame Casilla much for that. There's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
It's 1-on-1. And it's just, I was furious. I was so annoyed.
I think everyone was just absolutely fuming after that. I mean, so 1-1 was the final score, but we should have been outside. We really should have been outside, and we really did bottle the win, and everyone was just absolutely furious after the game.
Yeah, someone had to go at Phillips, it seemed, in the stand.
Yeah, I hated that. Leeds United fan, so-called Leeds United fan. I'd rather him not go into Elland at all if you're going to abuse players such as Karen Phillips, who I thought had a good game.
He had an excellent game. He won the ball, intercepted the ball so many times in midfield. A few brilliant tackles to get us get us back on the front foot. But sadly, it don't really mean much if we don't get the 3 points. It's a results game, is football, and we need the 3 points, especially when you're playing a team as terrible as Derby are, and they are terrible.
Yeah, they are.
They are going to be lower mid-table this season.
But the fan at the end giving Karen Phillips a bit of abuse, don't do that.
Well, it's out of order. I mean, we were all annoyed. And what you do is, when you're annoyed after a result like that, you leave the ground a bit angry. You go have a few pints. You wake up the following day. You get over it. You wait till the next week, and we get 3 points next week. You don't stand about abusing players.
Yeah, especially players like Karen Phillips, who is our main
we've had
man.
good games and who are crucial to the team. And I know we're all frustrated the fact that we keep conceding late goals. We've not conceded a goal earlier than the 78th minute, so there appears to be a problem this season of seeing games out, which is quite frustrating, which I'm sure Bielsa will be wanting to address.
Yeah.
But there's no reason you should be shouting abuse at players.
Yeah. Karen Phillips definitely did seem very bothered about this. He kept on looking back over when he was walking off the pitch. And I hope that Leeds United fan who gave Karen Phillips abuse never goes into Elland Road again. I don't want him there. If you're going to shout abuse at the players face to face, then I don't want you there. But yeah, 1-1 it finished. As I said, we probably should have been outside. We bottled the win. And is there a problem for you mentally with the players? The fact that we were in such control and ended up bottling the win, really? Is there a problem
I just think it's... I think with the wastefulness of chances... this is conspiracy theorist stuff because there's no evidence to back this up. But I think it's the case that when Bamford misses a chance like that, when he hits the post or when he chips it over the bar, in his head he's not thinking, "Oh, I'm so annoyed I've missed that chance." He's thinking, "Well, there'll be another one. There'll be another chance. There'll be another chance."
Yeah.
And it appears like everyone in the team has that mentality that we just keep thinking, "Oh, another one will come round. Another one will come round. We'll get the next one. We'll get the next one." And then it's like 85 minutes and we need to score a goal, and it hasn't happened because we don't. It seems we don't mentally commit to the chances we've got.
Yeah.
We always think, "Well, I'll give this my best effort." I'm not denying that the players put the effort in. I'm just thinking, they're probably thinking, right, even if I miss this, there'll be another one. You can't afford to think like that. You've got to treat every chance you get, especially a good chance in a football game, as your last chance to score a goal.
We're just really naive, really.
It is naive, because if you go in the mentality that, right, this is my only chance I'm going to get in this game, I need to take it, you've got the conviction you will score. If you go in thinking, 50-50, I'm going to have a shot here, but if I miss it, Pablo will fire another crossover in about 5 minutes' time. You can't think like that.
Yeah, I think the mentality of the players in the squad is...
It's kind of a curse of playing the football that we do, playing so well, creating so many chances that it breeds slightly casual mentality at times.
Yeah, I do think that there is some sort of weak mentality there because we do keep on bottling it, and we should have definitely won this game, absolutely.
I'm sure the players will be aware of this, and they'll be annoyed about the Swansea goal and this goal against Derby, and they will want to address it.
Yeah, they absolutely will. But yeah, more points dropped this season. All the points that we've dropped so far this season are at home as well. The tactics need to change for you at home because there does seem to be a big problem with our home form compared to away form, we've won all our away games so far this season, and we've dropped all our points at home. Do tactics need to change at home?
I don't think that's down to tactics personally. I think it's because when Elland Road, people just sit so deep, and the Derby players cleared off their line at least 3 times. They were.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that when you're at home, the teams who are coming away to you, if you're a team like Leeds United played football, they're going to sit back and go on the counter attack.
There were times in that first half where Derby were just in their own box.
Yeah, and there's no secret that teams who are coming to Elland Road now, they're just going to sit back and hope for the best. But then when we go away, the teams who are at home, they're going to attack more to please their fans.
To win, yeah.
Yes, but do we not need to change the tactics at home to address the issues with teams sitting back? Do we not need to change something?
Even Guardiola struggles with teams like Burnley that like last season when Man City beat Burnley 1-0, and it was only due to goal line technology they won the game.
You look at last week, Man City struggled away at Norwich City. Now, yes, Norwich City did come out and Preston probably shocked them a bit, but
but it's teams like that, like the likes of like Burnley, which sit so deep and don't allow any space, that you're always going to struggle. Because if there's no space, you're resorted to playing their game. And when you play a team at their own game, you're going to lose. When you play a team like Burnley in an aerial game, or a team like Derby, who've got slightly bigger players like Chris Martin and Keogh, who were just lumps, crap footballers who were good in the air, and they have such a low block in their team. We're going to struggle like that, and yes, it's frustrating, but there's not really much we can do to address the tax. I think besides personnel change, I don't see what else we can really change. Can you think of any tactical changes besides personnel?
Well, it's Bielsa's job, and Bielsa.
Know, exactly.
But we know that Bielsa, he only has his one system, and he believes in that, and the players believe in that, and they only go that way.
The only weakness in this team is mentality. It's not. There's nothing technical that's an issue.
But something definitely needs to change at home because it is a concern. Forshaw, of course, missed this game as well. Shackleton played, and Shackleton is a good player, but I just feel as though we do miss something with Forshaw. I never thought that I'd ever be saying that we miss Forshaw, but we did.
I've been very critical about Forshaw in the past on this podcast because I think he slows us down occasionally. I think often when he receives the ball, he just, like Elvis says, he just returns to sender. He literally just passes it straight back to whoever passes to him. It's really frustrating. But at times he does slow games down, and he also adds that bit of steel in the midfield, which Jamie Shackleton does not add. He adds that defensive resilience and that ability to take back control of a game when you're on the back foot.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were saying on the drive up here as well, Alan Forshaw does the boring stuff, but it's vital to the machine of the team.
He's a very dull footballer to watch, but he does enable better footballers than himself to play better. So, that sounds like a very backhanded compliment, but I mean, if you're an essential cog in the machine, it doesn't matter how glamorous your job is, really, is it?
No, but I do feel as though we missed Forshaw these past few games, and hopefully he's back very soon. It's not a bash on Shackleton. Shackleton, I thought did well, especially going forward. But Forshaw, for me, he does add that bit of solidarity in that midfield, definitely. But yeah, a 1-1 draw there. Disappointing result, but remarkably, somehow we're still top of the Championship table after all the other results. Swansea drew 0-0 away at Bristol City. Charlton lost 2-0 away at Wigan, and all the other results did keep us at the top of the Championship table. We are only top on goal difference.
I'm just going to look at the results of the rest of the top 6. Over the weekend.
Yeah, we are only top on goal difference, so on 17 points. Swansea, of course, in second. We are on top on goal difference. The table is still very, very tight, even after 8 games. 3 points separate us from 7th place, Bristol City, which is just insane.
Fulham dropped points as well. Wednesday dropped points. Who else is in the top 6, really? Can't think of anyone else. Never mind. Forest seem to be kind of doing quite well this season.
Well, yeah, Forest aren't doing too bad, to be honest. But yeah, it's still very, very tight in the table, which is remarkable to see. But we are still top of the league, which is great. And hopefully we continue to remain up there.
Hopefully so. I mean, I just want to get out of this league.
Don't we all?
I'm sick of the Championship.
Yeah. Don't we all?
I'm sick of playing. Yeah. I'm sick of playing Hull. I'm sick of playing Luton. I'm sick of playing Charlton.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm sick of having no TV revenue and terrible referees and. The only thing that's good about this league is that no fan of any club is plastic, really, because there's no reason to be.
Don't we all just hate this league and we just want to get out of it?
The fans are the only good thing about the Championship. Yeah. The rest of it is all bad.
Absolutely. But yeah, Leeds still top of the league. You mentioned Hull there. Leeds 1923's played Hull this week. Last Friday.
There,
good segue. But yeah, moving on. Leeds 1923's, they did suffer a loss this week. Last Friday away at Hull City. They lost 2-1. Unlike the 6-0 win over Watford at Elland Road, only one regular first teamer played, and that was Luke Ayling. He got through the game unscathed, which is good. He looks like he'll be back soon, and it'll be good to see Ayling back.
Yeah. Good player by all accounts for the team spirit. He's a very popular lad.
Yeah.
Bit of a joker, Bill. And a good footballer as well when he's on form.
Yeah.
But he's not coming. I don't think he'll come back in for Dallas.
No.
At the moment, I'd be surprised. Yeah. I'd be very surprised if he replaced Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas has been fantastic this season. He's really been immense. But you suggested earlier at left back we do seem to have Alioski starting there, but when he's going off and Douglas is coming on. Douglas on the left hand side isn't really too impressive. Would you personally move Dallas to the left and Ayling at right back? Would you make that change, or would you just keep it the same?
I mean, it's a difficult decision because Dallas is so effective down that right hand side. Do you really?
It was effective down that left hand side as well, especially against Derby in the playoff semi final.
He was. He scored 2 goals, and he was the only person. He was the only lad who turned up for that game. But I don't know about moving him over. I think he's so. If a player is comfortable and playing really well in a position, do you want to alter that or mess with that?
Yeah.
I feel like you're tinkering with something that could break.
Yeah, it's like don't change a winning formula.
Yeah. Why? If he's performing well at right back, why would you move him from right back? It doesn't really make much sense. And it's unfortunate for Ayling.
Because he's a good player.
He's a good player, and he got injured at a really unfortunate time. He got injured just before the start of the season. He's been out for like 6 to 8 weeks. He had surgery and everything.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's just coming back in. And as a player who's just coming back in from injury, you probably want to think. I mean, no player will admit this, but you're secretly thinking, I hope whoever's in my position has been playing poorly, so I just jump straight back in.
Yeah. They'll be thinking that back of their minds, definitely.
Yeah, back of their minds, selfishly, but. Hopefully, side before self kicks in, they realise that the team needs to win games, and if Dallas is playing well, I might have to sit on the bench for a bit.
Yeah,
and I might have to think like that.
But he's going to struggle to get back into that right back position because Dallas is playing well, unless you do change the system. But again, why would you?
Or Dallas's form drops off, which is a possibility.
Or Dallas gets suspended or injured himself.
Which is also much more likely possibility because we always get pick up injuries. And to be fair, we're pretty good with suspensions, but injuries always kick in. So.
Yeah.
We'll see how that pans out.
Yeah.
But I'm pleased to see him get more minutes. Looking pretty much ready to join the bench. So pleased
he is. Yeah. Ryan Emerson, he returned to the under-23s. He's been out for the past few games. Wonder where he has been.
I was watching this game and he looked. I'm trying to find a word better to use than petulant. He looked a bit. When people weren't kind of crossing to him when he wanted it, when he wasn't receiving the ball, when he wanted it, he was getting a bit annoyed and a bit kind of. And you want to see that kind of frustration in the striker. You do. You want players that want to get on the ball, that want to create, that want to do something, that want to have a few shots. But he just looked a bit. It looked like he had a bit of a chip on his shoulder. I don't know whether that's maybe because he's been out of the team for a couple of weeks and he thinks he should be. I don't know whether he thinks he should be main man or. Should we move up to the bench like Shackleton and Gotts, or whether he thinks he's getting ideas that people are replacing him and he's having kind of mental issues there. He played reasonably well. It looked like his attitude was slightly off.
Yeah,
what I saw, which is not. It's a bit frustrating to see, but it's not. It's a solvable problem.
Yeah,
just get him a run of games. He'll start scoring. His mood will lift back up and. Players always have to go through ups and downs in kind of enthusiasm, mentality, and what they feel like contributing. Sadly, but Yeah, he just looked a bit frustrated. He looked a bit annoyed. It looked a bit kind of...
Yeah. It's good to see him back in the under-23s.
Yeah, it's nice to see him back. I hope he gets a run of games and scores a few goals. And this kind of cloud that he's got on him at the moment just kind of passes over.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, it was a 2-1 loss, unfortunately. But the under-23s, they're still a good team. Still cracking players who play really nice football. And the game was played at the impressive KCOM Stadium. So another great experience for the youngsters.
Yeah, another proper ground rather than just wandering around training pitches.
Yeah.
I don't say that sarcastically or patronisingly, but they are professional footballers in training. You don't play professional football in training grounds, you play it in proper football grounds.
Yeah.
So the more you play in proper football grounds, the more you'll get used to it.
Yeah, they're getting used to playing at Elland. They played at Sellers Park a few weeks ago. KCOM Stadium is a proper nice stadium for me, so...
Does look a bit like a rugby pitch, though.
Yeah. Well, they do share it with the Hull FC rugby team. But, yeah, another great experience for them playing at a nice stadium. But, yeah, it was unfortunately a loss, but hopefully they do bounce back from that in the next game. In other news, Leeds United have won something. Remarkably, Marcelo, Bielsa and Leeds United have won the FIFA Fair Play Award at the FIFA Best Football Awards 2019, which were held in Milan last Monday. And, Charles, this came as a surprise for everyone, didn't it?
Yes, because of the prestige of this award. This award is generally awarded to people who have kind of done great acts of kind of heroism or have sacrificed a lot in the name of sportsmanship, or have just really held up the standard of what football is all about. And in the same season, we were caught regularly spying on every other team in the Championship. We had the likes of Patrick Bamford pretending to be punched by El Ghazi. We had Mateus Click squirting water bottles in people's faces for no reason. we were regularly just shithousing everybody for no reason. When people were getting free kicks, booting it away. We did all of this, and
somehow we won the Fair Play Award.
I'm just going to list off. Someone tagged me in this yesterday. I'm going to list off previous winners of this award and the reasons they have won this award. Right. In 2013, the Afghanistan Football Federation won the award for solidarity in football against all odds through the after effects of a war, disorder, and conflict. Right. I'll read the next one. It was awarded in 2016 to Atlético Nacional. It was awarded to them because of they played the title. Oh, sorry, they requested CONMEBOL to award Japanese. That's generally how pronounced. I'm not. It was Japanese or Japanese. I don't know how it's pronounced. With the 2016 Copa Sudamericana, so they basically told the football authorities to award this competition to another team because of a plane crash that affected their team and their fans. So that in 2017, a guy called Francis Kone won it because he saved the life of an opponent by administering on-pitch first aid after a collision.
Incredible.
So this guy had won a challenge, had the ball, saw someone struggling behind him, abandoned an attack and saved the man's life, and he won the Fair Play Award. Yeah. Right. In 2018, last year, Lennart Thai won the award because he missed a match in the Dutch league for VVV Venlo, I don't know how you pronounce it, against PSV Eindhoven, because he donated blood to a leukemia patient. He donated stem cells. So these are the kind of excellent human beings that have won this award in the past.
And we've won it for giving Aston Villa a goal.
This is the official reason we won this. In 2019, it was awarded to Marcelo Bielsa and Leeds United because we allowed Aston Villa to score because we'd scored, which is another example of bad fair play. We scored a goal while they had a player injured down, and then we allowed them to score when opposed. I mean, supposedly, FIFA thought we allowed them to score and then cost ourselves promotion. We couldn't have won promotion even if we'd won this game. It was impossible, mathematically impossible. I think there had to be like a 15-goal swing.
I mean, it was decided these. But Leeds United have won the Fair Play Award, even Fair Play Award, for letting Aston Villa score an uncontested goal in that 1-1 draw with them at Elland Road back in the last season, 28th of April. And as you mentioned, same game that Bamford got El Ghazi sent off for pretending to be punched, only for El Ghazi's red card to be overturned and Bamford then to be banned for the games after that. It's just funny.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, we shithoused them like 5 minutes prior because we ran down the pitch and just scored a goal while they had someone down injured. which is within the rules, but not really fair play.
No, Spygate, we didn't break any rules, but again, it's not really fair play.
We have demonstrated no aspects of sportsmanship throughout the entire season.
Apart from that one moment, and that one moment against Aston Villa, as one as the award.
And even then, Pontus Jansson tried to tackle them, so we didn't even do that properly.
Yes, and it's going to Marcelo Bielsa and the Leeds United squad. A lot of people did have their laugh, which is fair enough because it's quite funny and surprising. Many, of course, did point out the fact that we were awarded this the same year as Spygate happened. Of course, we didn't break any rules there, but a big scandal, and it's just so ironic. We win the Fair Play Award, and we've just not been unfair. We've not been fair at all the entire season, apart from that one moment against Aston Villa, and we've won the award.
It's the prestige of that award and how we've won it, and the fact that the entire club just took the mick and did not care whatsoever.
The club have really taken the mick. Leeds United on the official Twitter account put in the bio the official Twitter account of the 2019 FIFA Fair Play Award winners, Leeds United. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. Twitter on Monday night was a fantastic place.
The Square Ball changed their names to the Fair Ball.
Yeah. Twitter on Monday night was a fantastic place.
It was hilarious.
Leeds United boiling piss again, which is great.
BBC 5 Live found it very amusing, the fact we won it.
Yeah, it is amusing. You listed off all the people who've won it in the past. They've done incredible things. We've won it for just letting Aston Villa score a goal in a meaningless game for us. It's brilliant. Marcelo Bielsa, he wasn't there. Surprise. I mean, Bielsa, he's just so... He's
probably watching Charlton games from 2013.
Yeah, he probably is.
In his Weatherby flat.
Yeah.
And who could blame him?
Yeah, he doesn't really like taking all the credit. He likes giving his players credit. But Marcelo Bielsa wasn't there to pick up the award, so instead Luke Kaelin, one of the coaching staff, was there to pick up the award and say their thanks, and they read out a letter from Marcelo Bielsa. A massive speech from Marcelo Bielsa. Just I didn't really understand what the coach was saying.
The assistant coach was French, and his accent was difficult to understand.
Yeah, and he kept on he wasn't really able to translate it in full. But Bielsa,
I mean, he was a Frenchman translating something from Spanish into English. Yeah. So I mean, I have to feel for the guy.
Yeah.
He has a three language problem there.
Yeah.
I don't know why Liam Cooper... I mean, obviously, is instructed the assistant coach to read it on behalf of Bielsa. I felt Cooper could have read it out, and...
Yeah.
Although hearing that entire speech in Liam Cooper's Yorkshire accent would have been even funnier.
Yeah, it was great. Liam Cooper just comes up and he's like, "Hello, good evening, everyone."
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Thank you.
While Lionel Messi and Virgil van Dijk and Jurgen Klopp are sat in the audience.
I mean, Liam Cooper is in the same room amongst the world's greatest footballers. He's just up there in his Yorkshire accent. Messi, Van Dijk, they're all probably watching on thinking, who on earth is this guy? And a lot of people, I think, were wondering, why has this English second-tier club won a FIFA Best Award? It's great. Liam Cooper, I mean, how far he's come. It was great seeing him pictured up there, all dressed up, picking up a FIFA award. It's great. It was great.
I mean, didn't Dave Hockaday sign Liam Cooper? I'm pretty sure he did.
From Chesterfield for
a
and bargain price.
5 years later, he's accepting a FIFA Fair Play Award on behalf of Leeds United and Marcelo Bielsa. Life comes at you real fast.
It's incredible. So yeah, Leeds United picking up the FIFA Fair Play Award at the FIFA Best Awards ceremony. Afterwards, Vavazani and Cooper, they were pictured alongside Kylian Mbappe. Nice to see Vavazani and Cooper taking time out to take pictures with some fans.
Yeah, picture with Mbappe. Yeah, we were joking on the way up that Mbappe is definitely signing for Leeds.
Yeah, is that Mbappe to Leeds confirmed now?
No, it's so not.
QSI to buy Leeds United at the end of the season, first signing Mbappe. We're going to be filthy rich. Is that it?
We're not going to be that rich. None of that's going to happen.
Yeah. But yeah, a fantastic night for Leeds United winning a FIFA Best Award. It's a major honour. It's fantastic.
It is a major honour.
And it's the first trophy of the many trophies that we're going to win this season. Because, of course, we are going to win the FA Cup and the Championship.
First trophy we won in a long time. Since 1992 was the last time we won a trophy.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think we've won one since.
Yeah, it's a major honour. It's a trophy. We should be happy. It's fantastic, and yeah, it's the first of many trophies this season.
Yeah.
You hope so.
Don't get carried away, mate.
You hope so. You hope so.
We're not going to be lifting the FA Cup in June, mate.
No.
Sadly.
In other news then, a few Leeds United players have signed new contracts at the club. Leeds United announced earlier, we're recording this on Tuesday, they announced earlier that Charlie Cresswell and Stuart McKinstry have signed their first professional contracts with the club, which is fantastic. McKinstry's been at the club for about 2 minutes and he's already signed a pro contract.
He signed for the club like 2 weeks ago and he's already a professional player. A meteoric rise obviously what's his name? Cresswell. He's the son of Richard Cresswell, isn't he?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's Richard Cresswell used to play for Leeds about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So Charlie Cresswell's his son, isn't it? And he's just signed professional terms with the club. So that's great to see.
Yeah, and a few under 23s have signed new deals. Temenuskov, Hazana, and Stuick. Those are all the Leeds United players who have signed new contracts at the club, which is great to see. Now let's look ahead to Leeds United's next game. Of course, we go away to the Valley this Saturday to take on Lee Bowyer's Charlton Athletic.
I would have liked to have gone to this game.
Yeah,
it's just a bit far.
Yeah, and the tickets went. Just like that.
Immediately,
yeah. But a nice little reunion with Lee Bowyer. He should get a good reception from the away fans.
I'm sure, yeah. A very good player for the club. Left under a bit of a cloud, but he had a very good career at the club. Scored a lot of goals in that Champions League campaign and the final good years before the great plunge into the rest of the century so far.
Yeah,
where we've by and large been terrible for the last couple of years.
Yeah, of course, Bowyer, he's doing fantastic as manager so far. Of course, got Charlton promoted from League One to the Championship last season, so they are a new team in the Championship, and they've had a great start to the season. They were up with us around the top of the table, but they have lost their last 2 games. They lost 1-0 at home to Birmingham, and then lost 2-0 away to Wigan in their last game. They've dropped all the way down to 8th now, but they are only
3 points behind us, which is funny.
Yeah, they're only 3 points behind us.
By all accounts, and what I hear, that Birmingham loss was a classic case of being shithoused by a Birmingham team.
Yeah,
they were time wasting. They were chucking the ball out, kicking the ball into the stands. Apparently, Bowyer got sent off in that game because he kicked a ball at the Birmingham bench.
Wow.
In frustration.
Love it. Dirty Leeds.
Yeah, dirty Leeds. So even though I think he was initially a Charlton Academy product, was Lee, but I think we signed him from Charlton. So he's popular there as he is here. I'm sure he'll get a good reception from the fans. But yeah, that was apparently an unfortunate loss. The Wigan loss is apparently their worst performance of the season so far.
Yeah, I can imagine so. 2-0 loss away at Wigan.
So they were unhappy with that performance. So they'll be back at home and they'll be wanting to win again.
Yeah, they're back at home. They'll be raring to go and be right up for this.
We've got some good news though. Lyle Taylor is, of course, out injured, so he's their top scorer. He's been one of the kind of surprise packages of the league so far, a bit of a dark horse for top goal scorer in the league.
Yeah, so that's a positive for Leeds United. Charlton's top goal scorer is out, but Charlton they will still be up for this. They've dropped down to 8th, so they'll want to get right back up there, especially seeing as though it is still so tight, just 3 points separating us, who are at the top, with Charlton who are in 8th place. But Charlton, they are a newly promoted side. We should be winning this, and we need to win this, really.
We've got a good away record. We've got an excellent away record so far. 6
games won so far.
So, as Stat said, the record is 8 for Leeds. Consecutive away games won. So
let's just keep on doing that.
Let's get to 9. Let's set a new record.
But we don't have a good record going away to play games in London
or against Charlton.
Kind
of a double whammy there.
Yeah. So our past few visits to London, our past 10 visits, we've won 1 game. That was a 3-1 win away at QPR. That was, of course, in the FA Cup.
I'm trying to think who had a masterclass.
Oh no, that was in the league 3-1 win.
The Pavel Sabicki masterclass.
Yeah, that was
one of his 2 good games for Leeds.
So we picked up 5 points in total from our past 10 visits to London. Our last one, a 1-1 draw away at Millwall.
5 points of a possible 30.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So we don't have a good record going to London, and we don't have a good record against Charlton. We are winless in our last 5 meetings, 3 losses and 2 draws. But the last time we did play them was on the 30th of April 2016. So we're a different kettle of fish now. We're a much better side, and we should really be winning this.
We should. but we cannot underestimate them because
No.
Sheffield United came up from League One and then were really good.
No.
They carried the momentum. Charlton were really good, and of course beat Sunderland in the playoff final last year. They've got a lot of resolve. They've got some good players. I mean,
we can't underestimate them.
We can't underestimate them, but we need to win. If we're currently struggling at home, which we are, we need to win our away games to make up for it.
And as you say, we're doing brilliant away. Won all of our 6 away games so far this season, and we need to bounce back from that disappointing derby score and beat Charlton. It will be a good game against Charlton as well. Charlton like to play good football. We play good football.
It should be entertaining.
Yeah, it'll be a very entertaining game, very open game.
It'll probably be similar to the Barnsley game, I would imagine.
Yeah, it'll be a very open game.
A lot of chances for both sides. We've just got to take our chances.
Yeah.
And we'll be fine.
Yeah. The lineup for you, will it be unchanged from the last one? Does Helder Costa and Eddie Nketiah need to start finally?
I would start Helder Costa in this game.
On the left-hand side?
I think I would start Nketiah as well. I want to see him start a game.
For me, I would. I mean, Bamford had a good game against Derby. He just didn't score for me.
I think if we bring Bamford on, his hold-up play at the end of the game to slow the game down will help massively.
Yeah, exactly. And teams, when you're bringing on Bamford is a bigger person than Nketiah in terms of height and his strength and build, even though he doesn't really show his strength too much. He is a lot bigger than Nketiah, and if you're bringing him on late, defenders aren't really going to be too nice because they're all going to be shattered and they're going to have to defend against Bamford, as well as if it was the other way around and Nketiah coming on with his pace. But for me, Bamford, he's been playing well, just as a goal scorer, as I said earlier, he's just not prolific. He's just not as good as a goal scorer. Where Nketiah, yes, he didn't score against Derby, but every other time that he's played, he's coming on and he's scoring goals. And for me, you start them two. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But Costa and Nketiah, for me, have to start on Sunday. And if we go 2-0 up, 3-0 up before we have to make any subs, then that's great. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, Forshaw, if he's fit, would you put him back in?
I would.
Yeah.
And that. I never thought I'd say that, but yes.
Yeah, I definitely would put Forshaw back in.
We've missed him. We have missed him.
Yeah, I definitely would put Forshaw back in. Score predictions, do you think Leeds will win this?
I do. I do think we'll win it.
Yeah. What are you going for?
We're going for a 1-0 win.
1-0 win.
1-0 away win.
That's going to be nervy.
A nervy 1-0 away win.
That's going to be nervy. I'm going to go 3-1. I reckon there'll be a few goals. I reckon Charlton will get on the score sheet, but
I think there'll be a lot of chances. I just think I just think we'll get the winning goal. I think it'll be only one goal.
Yeah, I reckon. I reckon there'll be a few goals.
It'll be Matthäus Klick to atone for his error.
Out from the penalty spot.
I'm not specifying the manner of goal. I'm just saying he's going to score one. I don't care if he comes off his arse cheek. If it wins us the game.
Yeah. So you're going 1-0 to Leeds United. I'm going to go 3-1 to Leeds United. We should win this, and we really need to win this if we want to stay top of the league. We need to stop dropping. Stop dropping points. We need to stop dropping
stupid points. We don't need to drop.
Yeah, but both going to Leeds win this weekend. That does bring us to the end of episode 36 of the All Things Leeds podcast. Thank you very much to Charles, as always, for joining me in the studio.
Thank you for having me on, mate.
And thank you to everyone who has listened or watched. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed them, why not subscribe or follow the podcast? Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts if you're listening on there. Share the podcast around. Make sure to follow All Things Leeds on social media, on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Search All Things Leeds 1 on Twitter and Instagram. Search All Things Leeds on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well if you have not already. Me and Charles, we will be back next week, but for now, take care and we'll see you later.